Hi again. Let's try this again, shall we? I know you guys are missing me. I haven't been on enough today. But it occurred to me that while I am talking about the emotions that I'm going through, sometimes I forget to contrast. So you can understand where I was emotionally and, see that should you relate to that sort of reaction and behavior, you can see that it's actually possible to change. So going through a breakup before in my life, never really reacted well. And the emotions that accompanied it were always something I would panic over and do whatever I could to either avoid or push away. And that did not result in a good life. The things that I would do it's not like I was crazy. It's not like I went out and I don't know, TP'd people's houses or, anything worse that I'm not even gonna think about. You know what I mean? It's not like I did anything out of control, but it was out of control. It was out of control. I'd start with texting and calling, and it just, the things that I would say and the things that I would do just would always result in a loss of dignity and self-respect. It would draw things out, make things uglier. It's not like I ever really, not many breakups ended angrily. They just ended up in me being very needy. And you know what? When that is over, obviously it never works, right? Ever. You're left alone and feeling even worse than you would have had you just been able to feel the emotions and be done with it, right? But in the moment you think oh God, I gotta try everything, right? I gotta try everything to get this person back. I gotta try everything to get that love back that I need so much. And I would call and I'd say things. I was just so self-effacing. So, it wasn't below my dignity back then, right? But that's what I'm working on. I know there's a lot of people out there who react the same way in emotional crises. This particular one is a breakup. And I am fortunate in that it ended very well, as well as a breakup could possibly be. And we ended up in love and everything like that, which I believe is the universe giving me a stepping stone, right? Well, okay, it's a breakup, but it's not a bad one. So take it in, breathe it out. But anyway, the point is, in another situation, I may have called and texted and said some really needy things that just do not, after it's all said and done, just affect your own self-worth, right? What did I do? What did I say? Oh my God, really? And then, you just get further down on yourself, which means your choices as far as your next partner are not that great either, which means it's going to end again, probably not in a great way. But this time I'm choosing to do things differently. Last year I got out of a depression that lasted about a decade. And that was because I was finally able to stop worrying about money because of COVID, silver lining, right? Yes, horrible. But at least I was able to work on myself and my mental health. And that started lifting me out of there. And now I'm learning to deal with myself, my emotions, my thoughts, my feelings in a completely different way. And that's what I'm doing in front of you guys. It's really actually something that I feel very called to do because of sort of the combination of things and who I am who I have become as I grew up. Number one, I've never been able to hide my emotions. They're always on my face, and for a very long time I tried to hide them and it just never worked ever. like just never, I can't hide them. I can't. And I cry very easily. And, you know, like I'm an emotional person. I'm a passionate person. I don't like it when people call me emotional or too emotional or melodramatic or dramatic or whatever the case may be. I'm passionate and I'm sensitive. It's just who I am. And I have learned for a very long time now not to even bother trying to cover it up, because it's just wasted energy and results in more frustration and more feeling bad about myself. So I just let it all hang out. That's just who I am, because whatever. And if someone else is uncomfortable with it, they're uncomfortable with it. Not my problem. And I'm an actor and I love the camera. So I have no problem being on camera. And apparently I have no problem crying on camera, whether or not it's real. Well, especially if it's real, right? Anyway, so that's why, you know, I just feel like things have come together in my life in such a way to provide me with this opportunity to use any emotional crises I have or emotional issues I'm having as a teaching tool. It's actually part of what's helping me get through it, right? Because it's enabling me to sort of take myself out of myself and examine what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, how to deal with it. I just know that if I had had something like this years ago, where I felt like the person who was talking knew what I was going through, came from the same sort of place. Like I could believe, like I didn't believe it was possible to get better. I was like, I don't even know what better means. I don't know what better is. Like it's not a thing. I am just like this, and you know, I can try and be better, but I had no idea. Like I had no idea that it could be better. And now I do, and I want to just reach out to people who feel the same way as I felt, right? Like, especially people who are, you know, I mean, I'm not old, but I'm not young. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, you're expected to have learned how to take care of yourself and learned how to provide for yourself and all this stuff. And you feel, I mean, it really does fuck with your self-worth if you haven't, right? By a certain age. And I've decided to put that aside so that I can actually have a good life. And I want to show other people who might be in a similar situation that they can do that too. So if you're in a situation like that, reach out. We can talk all you want about being depressed, because I know all about it. You know, the self-hatred, the staying in bed, the just not believing you can do anything right, or that you will always fuck it up, so why even bother? You know, just it's bad, it's dark, it's bad. I get it. I really do. And you don't have to be there. And that's just what I want to show you. But it does take a shift in perspective, a shift in mindset. It does take forgiving yourself, which is a bitch. But I do have a little trick, which is I don't care whether I deserve it or not. I cannot deserve to be forgiven all day long. But if I want my life to continue to be like this, I'll stay there. If I want my life to get better, I have to forgive myself. I have to. Like, you have to forgive yourself for whatever it is you feel you did. Your life will not change until you can forgive yourself. And that's not an easy thing to do. And it's not going to happen right away. And sometimes it just takes saying, okay, well, I don't forgive myself, but I got to act like I do. You know what I mean? I got to just put it aside for right now. We can have a long discussion about that one later on, because self-forgiveness is like a... But I can tell you that I had one like huge breakthrough, and then since then it's been like little by little. And I will tell you about my breakthrough some other time, when we are discussing more about depression and getting out of it, which is something I should start doing more often. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you, contrasting where I was to where I am right now, telling you that if you are where I was, you can get out of it. You can. It can be better. Life can be better. It can be better. I am proof of it. And it's not like, oh, well, she's special, she's able to do it and I'm not able to do it. Because no, I wasn't able to do it, and I did not think I was able to do it. And that was 10 years, and that's 10 years of my life. right? Gone. But it's done. It's done. I can't go back. I can't switch. I can't change it. And it had to be the way it is, because that's the way it is, right? All I can do is go from here. All I can do is move forward. All you can do is go from here. All you can do is move forward. We'll talk more about this later. I'm going to go to the gym, get my endorphins rushing, and maybe, burn off a few pounds. Talk to you guys later.